Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It's September 17th, 2022 and Barcelona just defeated Elche 3-0 to extend their undefeated start to La Liga. Also, PSG have revealed why they didn't sign Ousmane Dembele, and it's reported that Marcos Alonso will extend his contract with Barcelona for one more season. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, we begin with the news that Barcelona defeated Elche 3-0 at the Spotify Camp Nou, making it 5 victories in a row. Now Barcelona were absolutely dominant in their victory against Elche, and they have been able to strike back and shake off the defeat against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Now there were several rotations in today's match, with Marc ter Stegen in goal, Jules Koundé playing as right back, Ronald Araujo and Eric Garcia as center backs, and Alejandro Balde getting his start in the left back position once again. Now in the midfield, we saw Frank Kessie as a right interior coming in for Gabi, Frankie de Jong in the pivot position coming in for Sergio Busquets, and Pedri on the left side as usual. Now the attacking three were Ousmane Dembele on the right, Robert Lewandowski as a center forward, and Memphis Depay on the left coming in for Rafinha. Now Elche lined up in a 5-4-1 formation as to park the bus and frustrate Barcelona's attack, which did work until the 14th minute when Gonzalo Verdu held back Robert Lewandowski when he had a clear chance at goal, causing the referee to give him a red card and sending him out of the match. Now after the send-off, Barcelona launched a blitz of attacks, crosses and shots as to try to break down the back line, and eventually it did work when Barcelona scored 2 goals, the first one coming off a bright pass from Pedri to Alejandro Balde, who assisted Robert Lewandowski. Now the second goal was also an assist from Alejandro Balde to Memphis Depay, who scored a brilliant goal when he had his back turned to the goal and was able to turn all the way around and fire a rocket into the top of the goal. Now Pedri did score a third goal towards the end of the first half, but unfortunately that goal was disallowed by VAR due to offside position, and Barcelona went to the halftime break with a 2-0 lead. Now Frank Kessie was subbed off during the halftime break where Gabi came into his place because Kessie did pick up a yellow card early on during the match when he elbowed an Elche defender, and he also had 2 more incidents with his elbows that could have sent him off, but luckily that didn't happen, so Kessie needs to be more careful in the upcoming matches. Now Barcelona resumed its attack as soon as the second half began, and the third goal came through Robert Lewandowski when Elche did not clear the ball good enough, and Robert Lewandowski was there for the rebound and was able to score his second goal of the match, and he was actually close to scoring a hat-trick, but unfortunately that didn't happen for the Polish striker. Now after that, it was a complete cruise for Barcelona, who ended up using their entire 5 substitutions, and Ronald Araujo, Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres all had chances at scoring goals, but unfortunately the 4th goal never came and Barcelona ended the match 3-0. Now with this victory, Barcelona have climbed to the top of the table of La Liga until tomorrow when Real Madrid will face off against Atletico de Madrid in the Madrid Derby, and if Real Madrid loses or tie, then we can see Barcelona keep their spot at the top of the Spanish league. Now this is the best start in La Liga for Barcelona in 5 years, where the team have secured 16 out of possible 18 points in the first 6 matches. The better start was in the 2017-2018 season when Ernesto Valverde was able to win the first 6 matches of La Liga, and he was able to get 18 out of 18 possible points. Now Barcelona has been able to get 16 points or more in the first 6 matches of La Liga 7 times this century, and 5 out of those 7 times Barcelona ended up winning La Liga, so hopefully history will repeat itself and Barcelona will win La Liga this season. Now on to the news that PSG has revealed why they didn't end up signing Ousmane Dembele. Now when Dembele's contract expired with Barcelona, that he was linked with several clubs including PSG, but the Parisian club ended up not making an offer for Dembele, and Luis Ocampos, the PSG sporting director, explained why. Now Campos said that he really likes Dembele and he really thinks that he's a great player. However, Dembele plays on the left, and in PSG they play without a left winger. Now Campos explained that PSG's attack is an upside down triangle with Mbappe at the highest point and the other 2 supporting the French player. Now Campos explained that PSG has made the mistake in the past of signing more than one good player to the same position, so they didn't want to repeat that mistake and decided not to make an offer for Ousmane Dembele. Now, this is a different philosophy than Xabi, who requested from the club to get him 2 good players for each position to not only allow him to rotate all throughout the season without sacrificing the quality of the team, but to also increase the competition between teammates, because if there are 2 good players for each position, then those players will be forced to train and work a lot harder because they know that their spot on the team is not guaranteed and it can be taken by their teammate at any given moment. Now, speaking of Dembele, his first child was born last night, so congratulations to Dembele, who spent the entire night at the hospital, and yet not only did he show up and start the match against Elche, but he also had a brilliant performance. Now, on to the news that Barcelona are now inserting clauses into the contracts of the new players that give out variables and bonuses based on how many minutes the player plays and not how many matches they spend at the club, in order to protect the club against long injuries. Now, the previous president, Josep Maria Bartomeu, was notorious for paying out bonuses and variables to players based on how many matches they spent at the club, no matter if those players played a single minute of those matches. Now, Dembele was one of the beneficiaries of this notorious policy, where he was getting paid out bonuses and variables as he accumulated more matches at the club, even though he wasn't playing a single minute of those matches, given that he spent most of his first spell at Barcelona injured. Now, Barcelona under Joan Laporta's administration have now changed their policy, and they will be paying out bonuses and variables based on how many minutes a player plays, not how many matches they spend at the club, in order to protect Barcelona from long injuries and prevent the club from paying out millions of euros in bonuses and variables as the players spend most of the season on the bench injured. Now, speaking of contracts, it's reported that Marcos Alonso will be extending his contract with Barcelona for 1 more season. Now, Alonso arrived in Barcelona during the final moments of the summer transfer market, and he signed a 1-year contract with the club until the summer of 2023. Now, it's reported that Marcos Alonso has an agreement with Barcelona to extend his contract by 1 more year, and that the only reason that Barcelona gave him a 1-year contract was due to the financial fair play rules. So unless anything drastic happens, it looks like Marcos Alonso will spend 1 more year at Barcelona, given that Xabi really likes him and given that Alonso had a great start against Bayern Munich, and it's most likely that his performance will continue to improve as he gets used to his new teammates and his new team. Now, as I reported in yesterday's video, which I will leave the link for down below in the description in case you want to check it out, Jordi Cruyff has signed a new contract with Barcelona, making him the club's new sporting director. Now, as a result, Barcelona have released an organizational chart detailing the hierarchy structure of the club, and that hierarchy goes as follows. Now, of course, Joan Laporta is the president of the club, with Rafa Yuste being his vice president, and under them is the director of football, which is Matteo Alemany, and right below him is Jordi Cruyff, who's the sporting director. Now, the managerial director is Frank Carbó, the person in charge of scouting is Paulo Araujo, and the person in charge of youth football, or La Masia, is José Ramón Alessanco. Now, the Sports Commission is composed of Joan Laporta, Rafa Yuste, Matteo Alemany, Jordi Cruyff, and Enric Masip. Now, on to the news that the saga with Antoine Griezmann and Atletico de Madrid has continued, and it's now being reported that Atletico de Madrid approached Barcelona and offered them 20 million euros for the French player. Now, Antoine Griezmann is currently on a 2-year loan to Atletico de Madrid, and there's a clause in his contract that stipulates that if he plays 45 minutes of 50% matches or more that he's available for, then Atletico de Madrid would be forced to buy him from Barcelona for 40 million euros. Now, there's currently a disagreement on what that clause really means. Barcelona are stating that that clause only applies to the first season, and then Antoine Griezmann has already triggered it, and Atletico de Madrid are stating that that clause applies to both seasons, and therefore they have instituted a minute restriction on the French player, where he's only playing 27 or 28 minutes of every single match so far in order to avoid triggering the clause. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen tomorrow against Real Madrid, whether Atletico de Madrid will play Antoine Griezmann the entire match, or whether they're going to play him 26 or 27 minutes once again. It's now being reported that Atletico de Madrid approached Barcelona over the summer and offered them 20 million euros for the French player, and Barcelona rejected that offer and pointed to the contract, stating that Atletico Madrid owed them 40 million euros. Now, on to the news that Robert Lewandowski has thanked the Bayern Munich fans for the warm welcome he received in the match between Barcelona and Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Now, Lewandowski received a warm welcome at the Allianz Arena, where the Bayern Munich fans erected thank you signs and they gave him a standing ovation for everything that the Polish striker did for their team. Now, this was very heartwarming to see how Bayern Munich fans received Robert Lewandowski, who is, after all, one of the best players in the history of Bayern Munich. And I'm really glad that they gave him a warm welcome, because I'm strongly against fan bases abusing former stars or legends for the simple fact that those players choose to play somewhere else. Now, we will end today's video with the news that the Barca Femenine won their first La Liga match 2-0 against Granadilla in the Women's League. Now, Barca Athletic will be playing tomorrow their fourth La Liga match as they look to secure 3 more points after winning 2 matches and drawing 1, shooting them to the top of the league, where the men led by Rafa Marquez will be looking to get promoted from the 3rd to the 2nd division of the Spanish league. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I'd like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And as always, peace, Barca.